You do not want to miss today's show. We are going to be making some braised beef short ribs, and I'm telling you, they're absolutely delicious. The holidays are right around the corner, and I'm joined by the Grandmaster himself. And I know you're excited, right?
I'm excited. I'm in your dojo today. I do not know how to make these short ribs, which is why I asked you to have me.
Well, guess what? We're going to show you how to do it right now. Now, you can pick up beef short ribs at your local market, and they have two types. They have these types that we're going to do here, which are much thicker, and they have flanking. Have you ever had flanking beef short ribs?
I don't think so.
Oh man, I have that in another video you could check out. But Grandmaster was amazing enough to bring these by and said, Miguel, I'm an 8th degree Grandmaster in Krav Maga, but I do not know how to make these beef short ribs. So I brought these by your house, and you need to do this right now. I kick you know what. So Grandmaster, you're gonna help me prepare these today. Now tell us about these actual ribs, where you get them from.
Well, I was excited. This is the first time that we've actually bought a whole cow. I wanted grass-fed meat.
Wow.
I only like grass-fed meat, for health reasons. And,
okay.
And so we've been looking for a long time, and we finally found a place where we could actually buy the cow. Well, we bought half the cow. We split it with another student.
Wow.
By the way, does your audience know that you're a KMMA black belt too?
They don't know that.
He's tested for a certified black belt on this month now.
This
We're in
month.
September.
Yeah.
And man, so he's the master when it comes to this stuff. But he's getting pretty darn good in martial arts too.
I mean, you've been in the martial arts field for over 35 plus years, right?
Over 40 years.
Wow.
Been in the martial arts for over 40 years. I've been running the academy that you train at,
Yep.
Krav Maga martial arts, for 24 years now.
Wow.
And, as you know, even though we do teach the most practical self-defense in the world, I don't even think it's the most important thing we do.
For sure.
It's about the leadership development. It's
Absolutely.
about the character development with the kids, the confidence that you see Michaela get.
Yeah.
And, I call them the black belt superpowers, focus, respect, discipline, confidence, gratitude, vision. That's that amazing house of flavor seasoning. I can't keep that stuff in the house.
How's it coming along over there, Grandmaster?
Well, I'm doing my best to season liberally. It's the only thing I do liberally. But I got to tell you, Miguel, this steak seasoning is the only thing that we use in my house. And I'm not saying that because I love you, even though I love you and everything. It's true. I can't keep it. It's a good thing you're going to get a bigger size, because we go through this thing like crazy. I use it on, as you know, I eat a lot of steak. And we use it on all of our steak.
Yeah, so you're on the keto diet, right? So,
Yeah, so
you
we
like
do.
this because it's keto friendly.
Exactly. I love keto, and I've even done some carnivore. But now we're back to kind of more like a ketovore. I'll eat vegetables and I'll eat meat. We'll usually start with a salad and then go into the meat.
Now, on the back of the beef short ribs, and since it's your first time, Grandmaster, I'll show you. You see how it has this fat here?
Yeah.
Now, fat is really good when it renders down, but too much fat on it, I like to take it off. So what I'll do is I'll cut a little bit of that fat off of some of them, not all of them, just some of them. The ones that had that's a good piece, that's a good light piece in there. Now, what we can do, because you like it, we can throw the fat back in there, and then we can cook it as well. So once you get these seasoned, we have some avocado oil over there. If you can just sprinkle that around. I like to coat them a little bit.
Any science to it?
Just go for it.
For it?
Yep. I like to coat them because what we're going to do is we're going to sear these. Just hold it upside down. Yep. It'll rush down.
There we go.
All over. Exactly.
Okay. There we go.
Nice. And do mine as well. Exactly. Now, when you get a good sear on these first, it locks in the flavor. And that way, when you go ahead and braise them and put them in the oven and roast them, yep, looks good. And we're just gonna throw these around in here. Really nice and good. You can already smell like they cooked, right?
Oh,
yeah. All right, now that you want to get you a hot pan, you can use cast iron or whatever you have. Put you a little bit of oil in there. Remember, you've already oiled up the actual beef short rib, so you don't need too much. So Grandmaster, if we can take these, put them meat side down, and begin.
So I just go ahead and start putting them on there?
Yes, sir. You never want to overcrowd the pan. We got room for one more. There you go. And we want to sit there and let that sear, get a nice sear, because as I mentioned earlier, it locks in the flavor. When you lock in the flavor, that way you got a crusty outer core and you got a soft inside, right?
You know what I was thinking about, Miguel? It's really cool about this is, in the dojo at Krav Maga martial arts, you're my student.
For sure.
But here, I'm your student, and it's cool because we teach our students about being lifelong learners.
100%.
Right? That you got to find anything you want to know how to do. You just got to find somebody that knows how to do it.
There you
learn
go.
how to do it, right? Like And that's why all those people are probably watching you all the time, is because they want to know how to do it too.
There you go. You got a kitchen ninja and the grandmaster right here.
Yeah, you're the culinary master.
When you turn that over, look at that.
Oh,
look at that beautiful color. And that's only been what, 60 seconds?
Wow.
Go ahead. So you can flip those over.
I was so observing that I forgot to do my flipping.
Yeah, but look at that.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And you only want that, like I said, a couple minutes each side. We're gonna go through all these, sear all these up, get them coated, and then we're gonna go ahead and build this thing and put them in so we can put them in the oven. All right, now we got all these seared up to a really nice color. It only takes about 2 to 3 minutes on each side.
And that is beautiful, and it smells great.
It smells really good, right?
Man.
But it's not quite done yet. And the rosemary, so we put a little rosemary inside. You put it in the oil because it infuses the oil, and then the flavoring, when we move this to the crock pot, it'll actually really, well, Dutch oven for our case, but it really gives you that added flavor in the side there that I personally like.
You know what is interesting?
Tell me.
It looks like it's done and ready.
Yeah, it does.
But in reality, you're gonna have to put it in this thing for how long?
We're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna roast this for on low, 250, 275, for about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because you want this to be dripping, fall off the bone, not too soft, but you want it to be really nice. That fat rendered down in there, all these other new contents get in there, and it's just gonna be delicious. So as a matter of fact, let's get into that now. We're gonna.
So the law of the process that we teach, like with a student on the way to becoming a black belt, right? Excellence happens daily, but not in a day.
There you go.
It applies here too.
Yeah, because it's not in 30 minutes.
It's not ready yet. It's not ready yet.
So we're gonna take these out. We're gonna move these into the Dutch oven, and let's go ahead and get ready to build this here. All right, now we're ready to put this into our Dutch oven. I'm gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm using avocado oil currently. And this is where we're gonna take our mirepoix. So a mirepoix standard is usually onions, carrots, and celery. Today I'm not using celery, I'm subbing the celery for some red peppers and for some sweet peppers as well.
So Miguel, while we're stirring here,
yes sir.
Where did you learn how to do all this?
You know, nobody really ever asked me that, but I was always inspired to cook young from my grandmother. I grew up around my grandmother, and she always cooked. You know, it may not have been the most elaborate meal, but it was whatever she had. I can never say that I was hungry, and that's a good thing. So as I got older, I just became, it was my way of showing love to my family.
That's awesome.
You know, cooking is an art, it's a disconnection, and who doesn't like home-style food? I do. Oh, that looks good. Now we want to infuse it with whatever aromatics that you like. You can put that in.
Is it time?
It's time. Put some thyme. So we like to throw a few thyme sprigs in there and just let them sit in there whole, because again, you're gonna let this slow cook for several hours. Exactly. And it's also time for some fresh garlic.
Time for some fresh garlic.
Yeah. Now I'll put the exact measurements down below in the description so you know, but it's usually like 2 carrots, a whole onion, a couple sweet peppers.
Ooh,
if you want celery, that smells real good, right? That's the beauty of infusing flavors. My channel is all about infusing flavors, and most of the time you just want to eat it before it's done cooking. So now that you've let that cook up a little bit, you can get the smell. I mean, you're ready to eat. Now, usually I would use tomato paste, but I ran out of tomato paste. And the great thing about cooking is that you can improvise. So I have some crushed fiery tomatoes here that we're gonna add into this.
Another principle.
Another one.
Everything happens for a reason and serves us well.
Yes, it does.
So this is gonna be delicious.
Now, if you have tomato paste, like I said, put that in there. It gives it a nice umami flavor. But crushed tomatoes is perfectly fine as well. And then from there, you want to add a little bit of red wine, because that liquid from that red wine is going to help braise that really nicely. So once it cooks off, you kind of get the aroma and the aftertaste of the flavor of however the red wine was created. And that's what makes it really good. So this, I'm using a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's just going to really infuse really well. It helps to formulate the sauce. And of course, the liquid is how we're going to braise it. And braising, of course, is when you slow cook something in a liquid, and it allows the meat to get really, really tender.
Okay, I see some House of Flava here, so I have a feeling this is going to go in here too.
100%. Now, a part of that braise, because we don't use a whole lot of red wine, but I'm actually going to use the House of Flava Sweet Ginger Teriyaki Marinade and Glaze. I'm going to use the entire bottle because this is a lot of beef short ribs, but let me tell you, if you do not have this, it's okay. You can use whatever other marinade you like, or you could put together a series of ingredients to kind of add to your liquid. But this for me is absolutely delicious. I use it on flanking beef short ribs, so I'm definitely going to use it in here. And when you infuse this liquid into this, if you just look at that color alone,
Yeah, it's beautiful.
all of those beef short ribs are going to sit in there and they're going to slowly cook. I'm telling you, this is going to be absolutely amazing. I mean, you're going to eat good today. Me too.
We're gonna eat it today, yeah.
And now if you're looking for this is available in the link below. You can buy it off my website. There's a few other marinades and glazes, but when it comes to beef short ribs or salmon or anything burger meat, I mean, this is unbelievable. So this is just something there for you if you're interested.
Ready?
Yes, the liquid is ready. It's got a nice bubble to it, and you can go ahead and take those beef short ribs that you already have seared up and layer them really nicely on the inside.
Like, you know, your audience probably doesn't know that I just called you with the challenge. I was like, Miguel, I got this cow and I got these beautiful short ribs, but I have no idea what to do with them.
Exactly.
And you were like, come on over. You
Be
didn't.
ye also ready.
Yeah.
He wanted to test my culinary skills because he didn't warn me. He just showed up with these packets of ribs.
He didn't tell me we were going to be on camera.
No, I said, well, we might as well put them on camera. Let's do it in real time.
Yeah, love it, love it.
That.
Wow.
All right, now we got this ready to go. Now all we got to do is set it and forget it for about 3 hours. So we check it at 3 hours, we test the tenderness, and we decide if you want to cook it for an additional hour. But I think 3 hours is fine. Matter of fact, check it at 2 hours, and that'll kind of give you an idea of whether you want to check it because you're ready to eat it now, but you know, you just can't eat it now. But yep, you can put that up there. We're going to throw this in the oven, 250, 275, first for 2 hours and check it, and then we'll decide if we want to cook it another hour or two.
Ready?
All right, we are out of the oven, and Grandmaster has been patiently waiting for 4 hours, and I think we're ready. Oh, it's Grandmaster.
Oh my!
Look
Look at that! Oh my!
Look at how tender they are.
Oh, that is.
But look at that. They just pull right apart. Look at that.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, you almost sound like you want to eat it.
Oh, I'm ready.
You want to try it?
I'm gonna try right now.
Is this your first time trying to cook like this?
So
this is
never
real.
had anything like this.
This is real live action tasting. It's gonna be a little warm now. Don't burn yourself.
Oh my God!
Is it good?
That is black belt level short ribs.
That's what we're gonna call it. Look at that. It just falls.
That's what we should call it.
It just like that's them black belt short ribs
That's
right
black
there.
belt short ribs.
So what we're gonna do is, as long as you leave them, so we left them in here 4 hours, right? We left them in 4 hours on 275, 300. They're dripping off the bone, and now you could plate this regular. You can eat them like he want to eat them, just straight out the pot. This is actually all his serving, or you can serve them like today. So that's why this is great. It's keto friendly, right? You're gonna have yours primarily with a little asparagus, short ribs on the side. On our side, we're gonna do a little whipped red skin potatoes, and we'll show you how to plate that and put it all together right here. But other than that,
That's crazy.
that looks just,
That is too good.
that just is heavenly.
That is too good.
That's amazing. Now we hope you have enjoyed this recipe. Grandmaster, did you learn something today?
Man, I learned. You know, I'm glad I got the video so I can do it again.
There you Well, listen, it's easy as long as you got a little time and a minute to wait. But no time is the best time other than the time that you get to actually try the dish. Let's see. Man. That's black belt good.
That's really good.
It's kicking like Van Dam. Check out the recipe. I'll put everything in the description. Oh my goodness, that is good. It's got a flavor that's unbelievable. If you're looking for the seasoning, if you're looking for the marinade that I use to put in, they're in the description by House of Flavor. It's my favorite of all times. I love blends. And most importantly, we've held the Grandmaster up too long, man. Now I think it's time for you to eat.
Great day.
It's been great having you. Appreciate having you.
Thank you.
Don't forget to listen out for Grandmaster Cam and May Tampa. You'll see a lot more stuff coming from him on his own YouTube channel. But leave a comment below and let him know you enjoyed this as well. And you too can be a black belt in the kitchen.